Well, by the way, friends, I'm back with another video. Going off the last spell arc of Bleach with the Gotei 13 Dominion Army arc. On the end of the arc sets up the next one. Well, this is the last below arc, but it does nicely tie into the last arc of the Return Race one. Now, I do not know the reason why the Thousand Year Blood War was not adapted back then. I understand the manga wasn't complete, but instead the manga wasn't complete at the time. But there was also other things though. Like I said, I understand the manga wasn't complete. But it could just done more filler. I don't know why they decided to end off of that series, but oh well. Well, I just got one arc left to watch before I can watch into the movies and the Thousand Year Blood War. So be sure to look for that. I'm just gonna check how long I can watch it in a day. See if I can watch it in a day. Anyway. Yeah. When I read to the episode titles for this arc, it seemed like it's intriguing. I already spoke about it in my last review on Bleach, so go check that out. Yeah, I'll be able to catch up on the Thousand Year Blood War pretty soon. Yeah, all I had to do was wait till July just to watch more. So, don't worry. I'll be able to catch up and watch it weekly with everyone else. I can't wait for that. So, stay tuned for that day. Anyway, sorry. Without further ado, let's get into this review. Now, I may forget some of the names. And I originally thought this arc had an unintentional JoJo reference. With a ability we see early on, but it's not what it seems. Like, I thought it was an unintentional JoJo reference since the JoJo anime was already out at that time. With my guess being part 3 already being adapted. At least, no, actually, with parts 1 and 2 already started being adapted. Because the arc released in 2012, but didn't air on Adult Swim until 2013. I'm jealous of you bloody Americans, okay? You gotta watch uncut anime on TV. We don't. We only get them on DVD and Blu-ray. And I really want to see them on screen. Not a DVD screen and stuff. I just want to see them on my television. Like an actual episode and stuff. So, I'm just sad. What is the whole point of Adult Swim having a UK channel if they don't have UK channel on YouTube? And we don't actually have anything in here in the UK. We don't have Adult Swim here. So it doesn't make sense why they have a UK channel. So I'm just jealous of America. They're gonna watch some cool anime. Well, we do have Crunchyroll. I watch some anime, but not all the anime Americans get here. Like the officially sub-seasons of Precure. Like the ones the Crunchyroll started back in 2020 were Healing Good. Like, all the seasons up to now are not available here in the UK for some reason. Even though we have Futaro Pretty Girl and Kira Pretty Girl available on Crunchyroll here in the UK. It's weird. Like, we get anime One Piece and stuff. I just see a train. Must be magic events. Yeah, let's just get it. Things are just regular in the world of 11. Everything's alright. It's just been a month since the whole event of since the whole defeat of the battle of Aizen. But for the entire arc, Ichigo never talks to his dad, who is a sorry person for building the Ankar arc, and Ichigo found out at the end of the Ankar arc. And this is 1 month after that. So I don't know why Ichigo's dad's never seen alone. There's obviously Yukio and the others don't know. He hasn't told them. It's his dad's secret. But the Thousand Year Blood War actually gives us more, will give us info on the character by episodes 12 and 13. Well, episodes 11, 12, and 13. Those 3 episodes. So yeah, but some of those reviews may be short because of the action. But it's going to be like my Yu-Gi-Oh! Reviews, where I'm skipping over most of the action. Because, well, it's mostly, I think it's just, really because, one of the main reasons is because I can't remember every single thing about the fight. That's the main reason, but another reason that I came up with is that I'd be also disgraced to talk about the Shonen action or Shonen Jump. There should be experienced, not talked. Get me? So go watch all episodes of Bleach on Disney Plus. I recommend the dub though, because the subs can be crap most of the time. So I'm sorry if you're a sub-only viewer, you may not be able to watch it on Disney Plus. If you live outside the US, that is. On Hulu though, I'm sure it's fine on wherever you get, like Hulu and stuff. So it should be fine there. Just Disney Plus subs here are crap most of the time. I don't know why. That's why it's taking me longer to watch the anime in Japanese. So, anyway, things are normal with Nanara Rankiku. Aside to set something about the pillars in the world of living. I don't know what they're doing much. Sorry, sore throat. I have a sore throat right now. That's why I'm talking like this. Anyway, when they enter the same time on, something happens to them. Captain Hisugaya and Captain Hisugaya and Shinsui are worried that the lieutenants will be gone for about 24 hours. But then they just arrived. Not knowing that they'll be gone for 24 hours. Or at least, that's what they claim. Hint, hint. If you haven't seen my post about this on my last review, where I briefly speculated what might happen, then you know what I mean. But for now, maybe my voice is actually getting deeper. It's just because I have a sore throat. Who knows? We'll see. Oh, pardon me. Anyway, the time the Senkaimon has gone whack for some reason. As you know, time flows differently when you're in the Senkaimon. Unless you have a help Bioplay to guide you, you may end up in a different point of time. Like without proper knowledge where to go, time will be different. I didn't hear about this. Captain Yamamoto sends out Squad 12 Captain in Mayuri Kuretsuchi and Squad 11 Captain Kenpachi Zaragi as they go and investigate them disappearing, and Ryaka reported in of finding Ichigo, but doing something we don't see until later. Maybe on the world we live in, it just seems like a regular day. Didn't seem to be regular, like nothing's happening. Just normal battle for them. Ruki is helping Ichigo because, as you know, what happened last time. He used the final Gesuga Tensho to take Bow Eyes, and in that case, he's gonna lose his powers. He's already in the first state. By the time the second stage starts, he won't be able to see or sense anyone, any spirit anymore, not even Soul Reapers. That means he won't be substitute Soul Reaper anymore. Which is a sad thing. Now, you'll just assume that he'll get his powers back. Come on, he's the protagonist, but don't forget, in the manga, right? I think in the manga, this was before the Lost Substitute Shinigami storyline. Oh, I get it now. That's why it's called that. Not telling. But yeah, since that comes right after the end of the Rancor arc and before the 1,000-Year Blood War, which is the official last arc. And since you read the manga along with this one-shot chapter, Ichigo will lose his powers. Well, I know I assume that too, but okay, my voice sounds even weirder like this, right? Sounds very weird to me. I don't like hearing my voice on camera, but my voice here sounds not as weird, but still weird. I don't know. It's gonna be weird talking like this. Anyway, Cone, just being Cone. Was just out on the street, not listening to Ichigo. When a girl pulls out a Senkaimon. Oh shit. I made a mistake there, didn't I? I'm so sorry. The Senkaimon. You know what? It's easier to just call it the Senkaimon because it does have another name in this arc. I just call it the Senkaimon and the Senkaimon Gate. So a girl pulls out the Senkaimon Gate and she's completely naked. Must hide her as to get accused of being a pervert. And then make Ichigo's life even harder, and Ichigo would definitely kill him for that. If you don't know, this arc actually gets more focus on Kon. He's just been around all the time, being a fun comic relief character, but I like how the spell arc really works with the character. I like how it works with his character more in this arc. So, good idea to drop him. Hey, he picks her up and takes her back to Ichigo's house. She keeps calling him a pervert. Whoever this girl is, she's not really friendly much. She's restrictive. Actually, before she woke up, Ichigo and Rukia came back, signed her. But then summoned to the Soul Society. So they had no choice but to go. Rukia and Ichigo had to go. As they're traveling through the Senkaimon, they come across the cleanout, somehow regenerated in just a month. But it takes longer than that just to regenerate. If you don't know what I mean, the cleanout was destroyed by Aizen in the previous arc. So even more proof that the Senkaimon's time physics are out of sync. That the timelines are times out of sync there. And in the process, Ichigo loses his soul page. Ichigo and Rukia managed to make it. But then Ichigo's arrested on the spot by the 13 Koga squad. No. What's going on now? Calling him material witness. And we learn through other people, through Shunsui and Junshio and Shunsui, Captain Hikataki, about what they saw. There was actually Ichigo's soul badge. But that's impossible because he only just lost it in the Senkaimon just a few minutes ago. And it's before he even went into the Soul Society. So how is that possible? Well, that gets answered later on. Well, Kong gets in his own troubles. We'll get to that in a little bit. Anyway, Rukia breaks Ichigo out. Not sure what's going on. You're not facing Renji and Ikaku, but they seem different. They're more intense and stronger. But they're saved by Yorichi. She explains that they're not the real ones, they're fakes. She's not sure what happened. She's not sure which members of the 14 core guards are going to be replaced, or which ones are not. They're not sure. She's not sure. These are a special type of Gigai. With a special type of with mod souls in them. But they're different than regular mod souls. The story starts getting sort of confusing a little bit later. But Ichigo sort of charging in. Yorichi finds destruction facing off against the fakes. Meanwhile, Junshiro and Shunsui do their own investigation. Which leads to Shunsui being arrested for something he didn't do. The mastermind behind this is a member of the research and development. I forgot his name though. But his design slightly reminds me of one of the bounty detectors, one of the Bounty arc. Which we haven't really seen them actually. I haven't seen those be in this arc. Not at all. This is a filler arc. Like, they last appeared in a filler arc, the new Captain arc. I think that was their last appearance. No. Yeah. Well, we do appear in the one-off episode to take that continues that story. But they went in the Zanbakuto Unknown Tales arc, or whatever it's called. I guess they've been ditched. They are filler characters, but when you get rid of characters, make sure you give an explanation. Otherwise, you end up with the problem with the Steel Saints when Saints here. I always wonder what the hell happened to them. And well, in the 1986 anime, after the introduction arc, by the time the next Sanctuary storyline officially begins, they're nowhere to be found. No, not seen nor mentioned ever again. Like they've never existed. Yes, they never existed in the manga, but what was the whole point of creating original characters and you're just gonna ditch them? That's the problem. Well, they do sign a but someone did try to rectify that mistake in Saint Seiya Omega, but I'll get to that when that review eventually comes. That's gonna be a longer one. And that review's gonna be long, man. Oof, it's gonna be a long watch. Pardon me. It seems like Yorichi's down. Ichigo and Rukia best get the Senkaimon. You managed to escape back to the world you live in. Moving on, back to Cone. He ends up basically against the main threat. Like I said, reminds me of one of the bounce or senses Gigai. Reminds me a bit of them with the slight facial structure and hairstyle. Different haircuts, but it just reminds me of him for some reason. I don't know why. I really do miss those characters a bit, but I'm sure some people did find them annoying, so that is understandable. At least when you want them gone, make sure you have a good explanation. When you want to say goodbye to characters. Like, Toriyama forgot to say goodbye to Launch. She's not forgotten about, though. She still appears in modern media, just not Dragon Ball story shows. She can make a return someday as a different character. Like, as someone who's changed a lot over the years. Or at least have her appear in a one-up episode. Who knows? Sorry. Ah, shit. So yeah, Cone's in trouble, but Urio's here to help. But this guy Zanpakuto is pretty powerful. Reminds me of the way it's shown. Reminds me of Dio Stan, the world. This all happened because Cone's trying to protect a girl, a green young girl. Uryu gets injured, like he did time stop or something. I originally thought that when we first see it. I thought that until it was changed later on. So, along the last name of another character, I thought it was a complete JoJo reference, or at least unintentional reference. But I guess I was wrong. So yeah, the girl's name is Nozomi Kujo. Yeah, her last name is Kujo, like Jotaro Kujo from JoJo. But of course, Kujo could be a common name. That's not the. I just thought it was a JoJo reference if you compared to what I thought was the time stop ability that this guy Zanpakuto had. But it wasn't. Well, I'll get to that. Chad also got injured doing that battle as well. So. Ah, bollocks. Sorry, TV went off. That happens. I really don't know how to get rid of that. They also helped out by the captains and lieutenants that were trapped in the same Kaimon because of the cleaner. Luckily, they all managed to get free. So the antagonist makes his leave for now. So he will come after Nozomi. She doesn't want to get close to anyone for some reason. So yeah, Kong kind of likes her. Well, does care about her. Not because he's perfect. This shows character development for Kong. He's supposed to be a good person like Ichigo, but he's different to Ichigo because he's more of a path. But he truly wants to help Nozomi out of the kind of this stuffed heart. I can resist put a joke like that with stuffed heart. Because he's you get the point. As I said, Shunsui is arrested. And it's also replaced by a replica. I don't know, I just gonna call them replicas because I can't remember what they're called. Because if I say monster, you'll get them. You get them confused. You might get them confused with Cone. You know, I do call Cone by his name, but he's also a monster, so. Yeah, but because it sounds much easier. Kind of replica stand from JoJo's from Part 4 JoJo. Cosmonaut's never used to stand outside of that, though. Like, some recurrent characters only use their stands once. It's weird. They only use their stands once. I might comment out more about that when I get to review the anime, but I'm not done on the manga yet. Anyway. Now preparing for battle to fight against their copies. Because Ichigo's powers going down is risky. So yeah, the replicas come that night. Nozomi is starting to go close to Ichigo and the others. He claims she's a soul reaper, but she doesn't have a Zanpakuto. That's weird. So yeah. With all the Bounty replicas, only two ones, only two were taken down. One by one, Gigo takes out the fake Izuru. While Nemu takes out her fake counterpart as well. But yours was tough. No thinking that Ichigo managed to bend Nozomi and to beat them. Even though it might waste all his spirit energy, Ichigo was still willing to risk it. Nozomi still refuses to tell him anything. Still. So after a while, the captain, the four captains, Kurumura, Kenpachi, Toshiro, and Byakuya, decided to head back to the Soul Society to try to take down this threat. And how about the head captain, who's also under attack, fighting against the fake Junshui and Shunsui. Man, the names are hard to remember. I can finally remember Captain Hikataki's first name, but it's hard to. I'm starting to get them mixed up. Eesh. But they do have epic fights. Not long later, Ichigo decides to go after them, but to make it a promise. After going through, he ends up facing the threat and gets banished somewhere. Oh yeah, captains are busy fighting. Lucky Yorichi's still alive. Though she was presumed mostly dead for a while. Ichigo's back in the Senkaimon and gets sucked up by the cleaner. He's then rescued by a mysterious figure. Renji managed to rescue him as well. We actually find out who that mysterious figure is later on. It's going to be pretty confusing. Ish. I mean, they try to make this kind of simple, but it's kind of confusing now. Oof. Anyway, all the characters do their best. Even some of the returning ones fighting all the way. But seemingly being killed in the explosion. Kurotsuchi was also there. And a bit of escapes. Nozu reveals the truth that he's the one that created the Mod Souls in the first place. She reveals that she's also a Mod Soul. After that, things were kind of awkward between her and Cone. They went away, but she truly grew them. And with her willingness to protect her friends, she's grown to them her friends. She gained a Sunpak tail and began a Soul Reaper outfit, similar to Nemu's a bit. Weird, huh? Like all the other Soul Reaper outfits the females wear, similar to the male ones. They just have more underlying clothing. Because they're female. Except Rankiko, because she always shows off her cleavage for some reason. I'm not curious what squad Ishin Kurosaki was a part of. Like, he needs to know Uehara, but was this before or after he was banished from the Soul Society? Yes, that'll be answered in 1,000-year Blood War, and I'm looking forward to that answer. Of course, some of the films that were released also take place during the Aranko arc. After enjoying a party, Nozomi goes to a train to unleash a Zanpakuto. Toe. And a minute about, she unlocks it when the more replicas show up. More simply, they were rebuilt. Zanbakuto is able to is absorb opponent's energy and throws it right back at them. Kind of like Junshi's Zanbakuto, but more powerful. Huh. That reminds me of another ability. Reminds me of another shonen series that have done that. Reflection attack and directing it back at you with more power, like it's your own attack. I can't put my finger on it, but I remember seeing that somewhere in one of the Shonen Jump animes I watched. Might have been Yu-Gi-Oh though. Could be thinking of Mirror Force from Yu-Gi-Oh. That might be the reason, but I could be wrong. Who knows? We're not doing the mouse. Ichigo does his best to protect Nozomi from the big threat. But in the end, he fails and loses his soul powers. So now Ichigo can't do anything. Ichigo is depressed a little bit, but his friends cheer him up afterwards. Alright, some of the animation in this arc is good. Good in fight styles. And they just start doing up with some of the other fights. And there's no mini epilogue after that. There's no mini epilogue after this though, so don't worry. Maybe to keep it similar for the final arc of the original anime's run before the 1,000-year Blood War. And my guess is once the 1,000-year Blood War has been done adapted, they'll adapt the last chapter, the last story of the manga, the one-shot story, the sequel series, the Boruto to Naruto. If people want to, he could have made a sequel series focusing on Ichigo's child. Like, but then again, that being very repetitive. All the other shows have done that, like Boruto. Hell, Seven Deadly Sins is doing that. With the recent release of the Edge of Birmingham or something Birmingham. Can't remember the title. Haven't even watched it yet. I might give it a watch when I actually review the anime. But I'm gonna give it a watch sometime. One of my times off. Then I can rewatch the anime and review it. So look forward to that day. Anyway, Urahara thought of a way to get Ichigo's powers back. The Senkaimon. The cleaner stores energy. And there must be a reason the main antagonist didn't work. Wasn't affected by it. Just used blocking his reishi, so the cleaner didn't detect him. So Ichigo must risk himself to get spirit energy. Ichigo's willing to do it. There's a whole thing skippable so far. Before for this, Ichigo sees himself and rescues himself. Now that's a plot sorry, plot point. Kind of spoil Circle from earlier on. What I mean? I'll get to that. Anyway, Ichigo managed to get some of the salt. He managed to get his reishi back, but they must go to Kurotsuchi's lab in the research and development. He must go to research and development in the Soul Society, but in fact, and only Urahara knows how to do it. That means he must break the rules and go back to the Soul Society after 101 years. He hasn't been there since 101 years. I mean, it's not mentioned in the biceps, but I get it though. They probably are Ichigo's friends now. We don't know. After all, we don't know what their fates, so makes sense. They may be a fellow out, but we don't want to assume their fates. But they never bothered to acknowledge now the others. What happened to her? Like, what the hell happened to that character? They don't explain where she went and stuff. Seriously. Oh well. No, I prefer this style than Kubo's old style. That's just my opinion though. They just looks better here. Not because of the anime. Might be a different opinion if I read the manga. Hell, once I read the manga, I'll rewatch the film. Because that's more of the manga than the anime. Oh yeah, if you don't know, I released a little short on this channel talking about My Hero Academia, which has got a lot of views. I want to mention, I think it came from an official site. I can't remember what it was called. No way it says the videos are head heart on. But I'm going to give it a look up later, just in case. So if you watched that video, and if I was wrong, I'm very sorry. I did not mean to misinform you. But anyway, so yeah, Uehara actually explains that Ichigo mentions he saved himself. But he has a thing that happened earlier. It was confusing, this is. But since there's still time part of the since the time frame of the Senkaimon is out of sync, whacked out. Like that, the version of him he saw was actually the one that hit him was swallowed up early on. So basically, he rescued himself. The person he saw was himself, but he didn't know until now, when he goes back to save himself, who saved him earlier. That's confusing, isn't it? Yeesh, I didn't think they'd pull this time travel, more of this time travel shit. They try to make it more simple with the Senkaimon. They don't talk much about it to keep it simple, so they don't confuse the audience. But now they confuse us. Yeesh. Hey. The main threat actually is a trap. Ichigo didn't get his zombie powers back, but it's out of sync with his hollow powers. Cause him to go crazy. Cause him to leave Ichigo behind. Keep safe. Uehara actually discovers something and tells Cole about it. Fun little gags too. We actually get a flashback before they find out anything, which is a spoiler. Basically, the antagonist is also a mod soul, and he and Nozomi were once together. Are supposed to be together. Why did you make the other guy female then? Was he a pervert? You don't explain that. Why a female guy? Was he a pervert or something? You don't explain that, do they? I just assumed he was a pervert. But anyway, the real one was actually a newbie storybook who was originally part. I don't know what squad he was part of. But he was traveling to Squad 12 because he wasn't a good fighter. But he is a smart guy. He's the true creator of Mod Souls. And you really know much more about that after you actually watch Cone's introduction episodes. All the way back in episodes 6 and 7. Make sure to count. Episodes 6 and 7. And when you rewatch the series from the beginning, it's kind of weird. When you rewatch the series after completing the anime, you kind of feel weird seeing all the characters you love face each other in a never-ending battle, in a big battle to rescue someone. I don't know, I might find that weird. I'm still finding it weird. Pick back on. Yeah, anyway. I'm not going to go much in detail, but basically, after the mod souls were deemed unsafe and stuff, that pissed the guy off. He fried his own brain and put his consciousness inside 2 guys. Again, I assume he might be a perv. I guess he just wanted to beat up my female boobs. That's probably a joke. I'm just probably joking, because I'm not really sure why he made the other guy a female while the other's a male, an older male. I get it might have been time, but he doesn't really explain that. Oh well. Anyway, they had to merge together and bring him back, which Nozomi does not want. By the way, the antagonist Sanbakuto actually transcends space, not time. Basically, opens portals to counterattack and stuff. I'm not going much detail, but it wasn't time stop. So that blows my JoJo reference. Maybe done just to make a trick on the people who actually watch JoJo all the time. No, wait, part 3 didn't come out yet, did it? No, I think it came out in 2014 and ended in 2015. At least in Japan. Who knows? But anyway, they managed to merge and Ichigo goes horrified. Gun was too late. Well, Kisuke is bound himself. It's all complicated things. And the captains are still alive too, though. And they're in a big fight. What about Ichigo bows the merged antagonist? His name I forgot. I'm so sorry. Like he has a different name. I can only remember Nozomi. I really can only remember her name for some reason. About Ruki and the others. It's a long battle. Ichigo loses his whole form, loses his own reports, but thanks to Kon, who was in the fake Nemu's body. It was very weird and creepy. I'm just not going to go over that detail. They managed to get him back in his stuff battle, probably, but that was just so weird. Eesh. Hearing Kong's voice and personality come out of that body. Ugh. I agree, that was creepy. And Kong's a bit of a perv. No way to keep him in a female body. He'll just be all pervy all day. Anyway. So, Ichigo managed to get, as I said, his Soul's powers back in a big old battle. In the end, Ichigo wins, but Nozomi also gives up her life. As she makes one final goodbye to Kon, who they grew a quick relationship throughout the arc. It was a great relationship too, great character development. Emotional. And also the replicas sacrifice themselves to make their bad guys' powers more stronger or something, I don't know. Everyone's back to normal. Well, I skipped up most of a battle during the earlier on when she was captured. But it's not really much important, even though Hikaru Yamamoto gets a good bite too. Even though he has one arm now. Episode 142 is just a one-off episode, which ties nicely into the final arc of the original animation one. Oh, point is, Ichigo's powers are depleting faster now. In the end, he's not able to see Rukia. He did have one last final time we were able to see her before saying goodbye. It was a truly good moment, too, emotional. And it ends on that note. So, yeah, the next arc will be the last arc of the anime. At least this anime's run. We got, 366 episodes, I think. Might be a longer review, though. Depends how much time I got. I'm gonna just look up how many episodes are left. But yeah, I can't wait for the final arc so I can move on to the films and the 1,000-year Blood War. So thank you guys for watching me. Enjoy my content. If you enjoy my content, please hit the thumbs up button. Want to see more, subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. Be up to date on videos that come in the future. So this video was on so long I did not mean to, but thank you guys. I'll see you later for Chainsaw Man. Kill Phoenix out.